Hello everybody, welcome back to Drawing A Clangen. Before we start this episode, just a quick reminder, this is one of the episodes that will be combined from the original episodes I had on my main channel, Sapphire of Night, which I took down and whatnot and moved over here, or moving over here. So, if anything seems a bit finicky in the editing sense of it, because I'm not really paying attention because I already edited it before, because this is just the post-edited version with me tweaking the ending to be cut out of the first episode and the intro of the second episode to be cut out. Unless it's too finicky, then it's cut out. But with that said, these are the next 6 cats. I don't know how long these are gonna be. I am gonna still use like a mix of my mouse and not using my mouse. Speaking of mouse, I need to use my mouse to do this because this is easier to do like this. I forgot to do the pause on the fluff. Okay. And I'm currently using the G pen as my brush because I actually like the G pen a bit. Or why is this yellow? Why is this also squeaking? Oh, please stand by. I cut in a moment. Why are you squeaking? Huh, that is yellow? Huh. I did not realize that's yellow. It's a yellowish white. It slightly offends me. Especially since this is clearly a gray. Oh well. Okay, and this is a classic tabby pattern, clearly. And reminder, I will be not matching all of them to the exact pixelization because each variant of marking, ignoring like white overlays, for the most part, can look pretty samey, so all the classic tabbies will be striped like that and whatnot. Let me make a marking layer. Is my pen strolling? Apparently. And once again, these cats are probably going to be for Tales of Rhazie. And I have no clue if said cat will belong to which group. And please note, my designs are incredibly simplified compared to what they probably will be. And since these markings are going to be a lot of the same, I might just tweak some things here and there. So markings may be not matching. Well, I'm looking at the reference sheet, just like how when I color pick, this looks white to me, but it's actually a cream, a very pale cream, which actually does not look that bad with the gray. And if I was not making this a spinal stripe tabby, I know exactly what this character would be, but since I'm not doing that, even though that cat does have the bloodline for it. Okay. And let's do actually markings I've not done in a while. And this cat cannot be part of River Valley simply because it is not a tuft furred cat. I may actually make every single one of the cats that end up being tuft furred be more or less from River Valley, or for the most part of the group, simply so I can have more River Valley cats. Because that's the group where I really need to make it the random cats. Because I had like 2 families in that group in the previous drafts. And then occasionally randoms. But that's not much. So this cat might be part of Cliff Valley. It might just be part of no group. It could be part of Cliff Valley Dawn. Potentially Shadow Forest. But if it's part of Shadow Forest, she's likely either brought there or born there. So I don't know why my tablet is squeaking so much. So that's something I might keep in mind with whenever I get another tablet. Or it might be just something else entirely. For all I know, this cat could be of the Eastern Rogues. Or have a parent of the Eastern Rogues. Potentially. What are you doing, Cinnamon? My cat is telling me it's time to feed her because it's basically 6:30. But I don't feed them until 7. Because otherwise, throughout, like, until at least 10, she will be telling me, I'm starving, I need more food. Why didn't you give me wet food even though you already gave it to me? Is 100% what's going to happen. Okay, I need to use my mouse for this. for the navigator because it's easier. And I'm sorry, I cannot stop rambling about random stuff. Why did I draw that right there? But designs probably will change. Names are definitely changing for majority of these characters. There's always a small chance I'll get one like how I had for Sky, where it's just like, yeah, this cat can work perfectly as pre-existing character by giving him a redesign. Like, I'm not gonna have 100% cases for that. But I probably will have some. This is probably an ear marking, but it's fine. I don't care. Well, I might actually do next episode. It's too late for me to do this now, unless I want to restart my recording. And then explain that I did part of the cat, which I don't want to do. Is I might actually just color the bus. So the busts are designed, and then I'm just doing the full body. It's not gradient. Ah, I made her blue. Like, that's not a problem in my lore, because I can have blue cats in my lore. No longer calling Blue Star AMV Blue, Blue Gray. aka Sapphire, I call it a Blue Gray. Can I show that? Yes, I can. Let me show that real quick. This character right here is Sapphire. Her markings are not drawn. I can show actually her markings through a different drawing. Turn that off. And voila, here's Sapphire. I was calling this blue gray for the longest time, even though I knew it was not blue gray because I was trying to be semi-realistic with colors, even though I was drawing sparkle cats somewhat. And I finally caved at some point in time. I don't remember when, probably no later than the second draft, and started stating it as it was blue. But as we go, some cats, if they look too similar to our previous cat, like I got this, ended up getting the same markings and whatnot, I might do color tweaks on top of tweaking the markings. Simply because, yeah, there's only so much variation I can do with the Clangen. And majority of the cats I'm gonna grab is gonna be Jumbo Clan cats, simply because I'm just grabbing from the dead. Keep forgetting that gap is small enough that it doesn't usually affect me if I do this. And that's one cat done. And all these cats are almost tabbies. Oh god, I'm already 15 minutes in. This cat's definitely getting simplified in the sense of I am not going to draw that complex. And I have found I don't enjoy drawing rosettes. I am tweaking this color too. This is a bit too deep of an orange. Let me tweak that a tad. Yeah, that's better. I did not like that that orange was basically brown. Hence the tweak. Okay. Would have been better if I also linked this as a reference image, but then I would have to copy them to clipboard as I go, which isn't as easy. Of course, when I need a zoom. Okay. Further proof of why I need to be using my mouse for the navigator. I'm trying to not use it that much. And I'm aware Missile Draw is not fluffy. They don't look fluffy in the slightest. They look like either a short hair or medium fur. So I can't tell if that's a marking on their snout or not. This. And that's not on the tail, technically speaking. I need to redraw that line. I need to be legit staring at this. More of the coloration's a bit stark. It's fine. Actually, let me casually do this. Do that. That way this is less stark yellow compared to the rest of it. And then I grab this red and actually make it more of a red. Kind of reminds me of Sven's colors. Okay. And you're a spotted tabby, technically speaking. Okay. This. And this one does have rosettes. Just not on the first spot. And the only downside of not using my actual template that I made is this kind of looks like it's on the leg when it's, technically speaking, not a leg marking. Okay. Okay. I'm probably gonna recolor this red in a minute. Hello? Steven, I'm recording Clangen, just so you know. Granted, it's just me drawing these cats. You can commentate if you want. It just doesn't change what I'm doing.
What?
Why do you sound quiet to me?
Also, we may have to do D&D on Friday
Oh.
because Saturday my family and I are going to a festival called the Bluesberry Festival.
Oh god, this actually looks better faded.
Should I put that in announcements?
That's up to you.
I'll put that in announcements.
Cut. Control B. Lower the opacity on this. That changes that color, right? Yes, it does.
I'm looking at all the stuff here.
Yeah, actually put this at 50%. Yeah, I think that looks half decent right there. Just need to do their marking. And Steven left me. It's fine. Or did he? I cannot tell because I cannot see Discord anymore.
What's up?
Discord is not showing me itself. I'm gonna have to go to a different layer for this. For the other part.
I'm looking at the stuff for the Bluesberry Festival. This is yeah. Yeah, ice and vitamin water.
Wait, no, I already did that. I already got the ear fluff. I might just skip the bust on this one for a second. Actually, no, I will do the bust. Just me trying to also be quick. Oh, their eyes are like Shay. Because Shay has green or blue. No, actually, no, it's Lumi I'm thinking of. But yeah, he's can probably be a background River Valley cat. Potentially, he's Mo's father, maybe. Mo and Cloud's father. I might have their parents be alive and whatnot. Cause that could work. Maybe. Well, we'll see. I don't know if I actually will do that.
I changed my keybind for muting myself on Discord.
Okay.
Alt middle click.
Feel free to comment on my drawing of these cats, because this is what I'm doing.
I'm looking at all the stuff for the Bluesberry Festival, and there's a beer and bubbles garden.
How did I might need to redo this bust. I did this wrong. Yeah.
Who are the festival sponsors? I'm hopping into stream room.
Okay. And there we go. Steven has left recording. Once again, please comment down below if you want me to make sure I'm in a channel that people cannot join in when I'm recording. Because I can understand if it's annoying if someone randomly joins the chat and they're not here to talk about anything in regards to Clangen. Let me tweak this a little bit. I might have to redo this cat entirely. I did something wrong, I think. Oh well. It doesn't help the way I did this particular bust. Made things look weird. The good thing is that I should be able to do the last one a little bit faster. It's mostly plain. Just grab the ear fuzz in the ear and actually finish coloring that particular eye, and then we're good. Do this. So I might need to tweak this one in particular at a later time, but that's beside the point. Okay. This doesn't have to be perfect, I guess. Once again, to me that looks more like a bluish gray and it's coming out tan. Granted, that might be actually the filter now I think about it. Or the selection. Or it's because I'm clicking where the belly is and they have shading. Yeah, that's better. This one should be real quick. It's a good thing. Because Plain Poppy here is ticked. And I can hear the dogs playing. Yay. Yeah, she'll be very quick. Okay, what is going on with my tablet right now? Do this. Color her ears. If I was to make her a reference sheet, I would state that branded spotting. She's either going to be a Shadow Force or the Fifth Eidolon, because she looks like she would blend into either group. Like, I could see her being one of the cats who were born after Kabuto. Or she could be a member of Phaeton. She would actually blend in really well to the rock there. So that's that reason. Please note, I usually draw pupils to signify if a cat's blind or not. But since I'm trying to do these quick, and I already spent time rambling, so these videos go on long, that I'm not drawing pupils, even though they're pretty quick to do. Just gonna grab her nose, and then I'll just do this for her ear fluff. Because ear fluff is usually this instead of some skin color. Because, as a note, as a reminder, this is fluff. This is ear fuzz, not the skin. Oops. That was the nose, apparently. I will say, I don't usually use that color for the nose. I usually go for a brighter color. I will be drawing Scroll Stripe, Shino, and Slight Lily. I'm probably going to draw Scroll Stripe in slightly a bit different from how they look on their thing, with Shino ignoring the gradient, being more accurate to how they look. Also, it looks like Shino has heterochromia. So I get to draw that. That'll be fun. And as a reminder, these cats are going to probably have a different name whenever I use them for Tales of Rhazie. I need to figure out what cats are going to be for what, and make allegiances for, hey, this is the max amount of randoms I need. And the rest of the cats can just be very much background in the sense of a stray or rogue, or potentially a descendant. So I need to make the allegiance for uh book 2. Book 1 doesn't get allegiance. Or if it does, it's gonna be minor in the sense of it's gonna have to be for each arc. That said, I'm gonna start drawing after I take a sip of water. Well, I might play this one off this is a striped tabby. A spinal striped tabby. With blue tinting. Tintin. Let's do it like that. Depending on how long this episode takes me, will determine if episode 5 I do the bust ahead of time or not. Because it really depends. Do I want the markings to be darker or lighter? We'll go with darker or lighter accents, maybe? Yeah. And this is not going to be a traditional spinal tabby in my headcanon of spinal tabbies, but it's fine. And what I mean by spinal tabbies is they just have a spinal stripe. It's something that Smokey has, and he's not a tabby. And scruff usually counts because it goes down the head. Let me actually zoom in. Oh yeah, you can see the cough threw me off. I'm gonna count this as a tabby, even though I usually do 3 stripes for tabbies. It's fine. I'm gonna have to edit this video so I can cut the coughing out. I think I might give him this is paw. And I'm just gonna give 2 bands that will be mimicked on this side, but the paw will be a different color. Trying to do this quick. Don't know how quick I can do it though. And it goes like that for his species. Okay, it arches up the heel, but mostly just shows on the beans. Just gonna color where I know it's probably not going to show properly or be a pain to flood bucket. And just gonna make him a bit more unique. And be tabby. And I can see this cat being Cliff Valley. This is a very Cliff Valley colored cat in the sense of someone was I need to do full videos on explanation of how some of the groups work. Like Cliff Valley a bit weird about how mate works. They don't always mate for love. Some of them are just like, yes, just so we can get the kid quota up, or they won't just happen to want kids and are not actually partners. They think they'll have good kids, so they were asked to have kids by the leader slash healer. Usually it's the leader with approval of the healer that they would have good healthy kids together. And another way is some cats are very obsessed with trying to get kids or kittens of their descendants to blend in. Well, this one would probably blend in a little bit better with Clip the Light On. It does fit the blue tinge in a sense. So this could have been someone's reading project that went the wrong shade. Instead of maybe one parent was cream and the cream didn't pop into the existence because cream's not dominant. I could easily make this like a kid of Yushio or Ren. Potentially. I don't know if I will though. No guarantees. Granted, this cat could also just be a cat from Cliff of Light On. I will be saying this. Cliff of Light On, I plan to add a bunch of new characters with bloodlines of who the hell are your parents? I don't know. They're dead. You're an orphan. Slap them with an orphan badge. I have orphaned you. Suffer. Oh, you have a tragic backstory? Aha, that's fine. Half the group here has a tragic backstory. It's fine. Your tragedy does not gain sympathy immediately. You want pity? Try somewhere where less tragic. I'm terrible. Pity my characters. They shall suffer. They shall suffer under my writing.
Actually, I could use this as a fog design. I think fog looks vaguely like this. This could work. What color eyes you have? I think someone has green eyes in that family. It could. Scroll Strike could easily be a fog redesign. Which which kid is Fog out of again? It's one of Misty's, right? So that this would be Thistle's younger brother. That would work. That could easily work. It's a Thistle younger brother. It can show some of those traits that Smokey has clearly, because Smokey has that spinal stripe. Looks at character more closely, like, wait a moment, you can work better for this bloodline. Let's make them more black. Here we go. I'm terrible. So if this ends up being Fog, it's less tragic. Granted, I don't know what I'm doing with Fog. Fog might get killed, or Fog might just be background character who does minor things of I'm surviving. I don't know. It will depend. Let's actually just go green and green. If this does end up being a Fog redesign, um, there might be slight tweaks, like that might be changed to the fluffy template. Though I don't think I made Misty fluffy. So it would just be an eye color tweak, most likely. So I don't think Fog originally was a tabby. If this ends up being a Fog, I might change Squirrel Stripe from being tabby to not tabby. If that happens, I'll show me redesigning it. That might be what I do, is eventually some of these videos might be me re-grabbing these cats and more officializing their design with their name and whatnot. Maybe I'll try to make a digital, instead of a written description for Allegiance, I might make a digital one. I will say this, I do want more female characters than male characters for the most part in Cliff Valley and Cliff Let Dawn. Granted, if they end up in Cliff Valley, there's a chance I might just kill them off and they're just a background character, because Fall of Cliff Valley. Shino also could work as a potential um Cliff Valley cat. Technically being so good slightly. It's just I want to dedicate all the tough-eared cats to River Valley if I can. I need to remember to make sure River Valley is either the smallest or second smallest. I need to decide if the combination of Kabuto, Jack, and Slade does result in a small shadow forest or not. I don't know why. I just think you would have that thought. I just realized I probably should give this cat a secondary color. Damn it. That means I need to do another layer. I'm not going to do a gradient because no, just no. Do that. I'm gonna tweak that to be a bit darker. Oh, this guy is purple. Oh, that's a bit too purple. It's fine. This is why I do 2 layers. This is why I do multiple layers sometimes instead of just one. Let me just casually get that part. And then make sure this looks a bit more less weird to me. That looks like a decentish color. That's fine. It can be a little bit like Hazel. I hate how I look at her and I'm like, yeah, you could fit as a diamond child. But I already capped out Diamond's children, I think. Her potential children were Loki. This could be a diamond child without Loki. But Diamond's likely to have more children. Fun fact, Diamond herself was ranked a scout, and then her and a random Tom that's also a trainee with her got captured by factions. The Tom she witnessed slowly get killed by the faction cats, and then she was forcefully bred with one of the faction cats. I need to rewrite that faction cat's backstory because with the new lore, it makes more or less sense that with how things turned out. And when she came back pregnant with Dahlia, who was not her kid, her adoptive kid, Dahlia is actually going to be changed to be of the Lavender faction. Turn off this so I can just do that. Turn that off. Merge. And when she came back, her father basically decided, oh, I'm changing her rank to caretaker, which outside of the Shadow Forest and Cliff Valley usually means, oh, you just help queens take care of the kids, or you willingly have chosen to prepare to be a permanent queen, and may or may not assist the healer in healer duties. But in Cliff Valley, it does mean permanent queen and assistant to healer. And occasionally helping out with the kids, depending on gender. They tend to more focus on being a bit sexist, is the correct terminology, because it is. It'd be funny if I changed this stripe to a diamond. I might do that. Ah, damn it, I want to do that now. No. I haven't drawn a diamond tabby in a long time. Ugh. And but yeah, that's what Falcon did. And Diamond did not want to be a permanent queen. Her other sister, which I forget what her name is at the second, actually chose that rank, and then why am I forgetting? Snowy is a hunter. That's their brother. And then Crystal, who's existed the longest out of them, is a fighter. Well, Crystal is going to have a chunk of kittens. Granted, a lot of them are going to have a chunk of kittens. I would name you Barry, but I have one that already named Barry. I'm going to do this because I haven't drawn this type of marking in a while. And I'm starting to get really obsessed with, like, yeah, this is one of Diamond's kits that she didn't want. Though her markings are a bit weird, it's fine. It is fine. I am going to change it so she has a diamond shaped head. Marking on her head. Just give me a minute. I do like what I've done with her thus far. Okay, how would I do a diamond on a side profile? It's been a while. And I'm going to give her a dot. There we go. I like how purple she is. I could name her Amethyst, even though Amethyst I think is a much brighter purple. Maybe I could look up the regems. She doesn't need a name immediately. I'm not giving it Chino. I'm sorry, Shino just makes me think of Naruto. Uh, let's actually give her a scruff color too. And make her a bit more unique. It's fine. And like the other one, an almost filled ear. Yeah, I like that. I'm gonna fix the bust in a second. Yeah, I could actually really make this work as a diamond child. I hate how easy that is. Um, I might need to relook at Diamond's max capacity of kittens. I might. Because this one would fit really well as a Diamond Loki child. Because these eyes are. I think this is sunlit eyes, but this is close enough to an imitation of the gold colors. Okay, because I'm drawing heterochromia, I need the pupil. It makes it so much easier when I have a pupil, and also need to lower the size of this brush. What kind of heterochromia do I want this to be? Do I want it this way? I don't really want it that way. I think I kind of want it like Hazel's. I think I want this, where it's doing that. Where it's kind of amplifying the look of the pupil. I kind of like that, yeah. I think that's what I'll do for the pupil. Actually, I have a perfect name for her. Plum. Her name should be Plum. Let me grab this color, then this color. Love how also her colors she knows, which I think I'm gonna be literally naming Plum. And see if I can get away as a Diamond Loki daughter, or if I need to tweak something. Because I might need to tweak something. Actually, I can check. We just need to bring up the file. I'll do that during this episode at the end. So if I don't forget, I'll show you guys Diamond's other children alongside Diamond herself. Basically, if you're wondering why they would all be there and how I created Diamond at the same time as her children is, well, you see, I was trying to redesign Dahlia because I like her design, but I didn't like it at the same time. Like, I didn't feel like it fit. So, yeah, I redid it. Which ended up being the same thing, but I just tweaked how the markings were very much. And her whole design is going to be being used. It's literally uh one of her kits. Dahlia's old design is going to be reused as one of Dahlia's children. Just grab this. I think I can live with this being on 10. Not as good as I used to do it. It's, as I said, it's been a long time since I've done a diamond. Something like that. It doesn't have to be exact. because these cats usually don't get that marking. I'm just doing it because I can. I'm also going to make that thicker. I want that thick. And this is where I kind of wish I had a better understanding how to do the grid thing with the dupe split without having to make sure it's center on the canvas. Okay, if I knew how to remove the canvas line, I could probably get this done faster because, as stated, most of my cats are symmetrical, even though Diamond has some asymmetrical markings, like her paw. Her paw is 100% asymmetrical. But this is actually a very common trait in her family. Oops, wrong color. Her uncle has it. Her sister has it. Her cousin has it. I don't think Snowy has it. Though they don't have that type of heterochromia. I will say this: having a tablet has made me has encouraged me wanting to do this constantly instead of having it smooth. Okay. And the eye probably might get tweaked a bit color-wise. Like, that's a very stark way to do the eye. I don't think I have to do the pupil. I think I can manage it without the pupil. Because that's yellow then brown. Followed by a blue. Which works for Clangen, but my Sparkle Cats, it might not. What I think is going to happen is the blue and yellow are going to stay the same. That brown's just going to get lightened a tad. So it's kind of like another of my characters. I think it's the Vengeful Mother I did it. Not Vengeful Mother. I think it's Tansy I did it too. Where I hit a bunch of lines going around the pupil. And then it's a trait of some of her descendants. Not all of them. Darken that. And that can be lightened up a bit more red. I don't care if the floof pops, it's fine. Okay, I want that darker. Thank you. I'm gonna check what time I'm at in a minute. Because I'm curious how long I'm taking. 37, so it's where I left off yesterday. Whenever I did the last episode. Okay. Now this one, I'm not gonna follow exact, because that would be too much of a pain. Is that up here white? That's not up here white. Okay, good. What to say? No pure whites. Okay, she's semi. Oops. Semi. I don't like that. We'll just do it like this. No. I don't usually do the eyebrow thing, but she's getting the eyebrow thing, kinda. Oh, I'll color that manually. And try to do this quick. Doesn't mean it will happen quick. This one will be likely River Valley. As stated, I really do need to make a thing listing the allegiance stuff for book 1. This will be another... Oh my god, why am I doing this so messy? Today is not a day, apparently, where I can do this easy. But I'm not doing it tomorrow. I'm doing this today. Gonna do this as a slight spinal tabby. But with the usual break that I've been doing. So it's not a true spinal stripe tabby, but its the implication is there. Kind of like how that came out. And that's ignoring the fact I need to actually add another color. If I had to pick one that's based on colors, this slightly actually could easily be a child of Silo. 'Cause I kind of want to give Silo a child. So a daughter out of Silo. I don't know why I want to give him a child, but I do. This would actually work. Whoops, did not mean to gradient. I meant to flood bucket. kind of want to give that like that. Like, I'm not gonna overcomplicate this. Well, I could. Just not gonna. Oops. Where's the gap? Oh, there's the gap. And just as a reminder, I'm using the Clangen thing as a reference, not a pure guide. But yeah, this would be a daughter of Silo, most likely. Maybe he had to raise his younger sister, Lilac, alongside his daughter with his mate. Maybe, because the lore can change. And maybe that will be what the lore is. Because canonly, Silo's parents died. I don't know why his father died too, but his mother died to giving birth to Lilac was my random decision. I really don't want to draw this bust right now, but I need to. Or do I? Because I actually plan to bring up the other file, I think I'm not going to draw this bust this exact second, even though that would be quick. Because I kind of don't want to do it right now. Does this work? Yeah, that would work. Oops. Wrong button. And again, I could do it real quick. It's the confliction of I don't want to do it, but I kind of need to do it. Random lore for River Valley briefly in this video. River Valley's ranking actually is more so ignoring the fact they have a caretaker rank, which legit is aimed at helping, assisting, taking care of kits, and occasionally helping the healers gather herbs and whatnot, and kit maintenance. The group is usually divided between two different hunting ranks to determine if you are a fisher, aka you know how to swim and you're happy fishing in the water, and the other one is like dry paw, where they hunt on land and whatnot. Okay. Is it this one? No. Why do I keep bringing up this one? I need to redesign this at some point. I didn't make this template for the dog. That's another reason why I need to redesign that. Give me a second. Clearly don't have the file up. It's probably because the file is probably labeled something with Dahlia in it. I need to also reorganize my file pack of files. I'm getting stuff into spots where they shouldn't be. Why do I not see this? Did I rename it? Oh wait, it's test. If I scroll in, here is Diamond. I forgot I gave her spotting on her paw. Here's Loki. He's an antagonist. Diamond and Loki's son. Diamond and Loki's daughter. That's very bright. Diamond and Loki's daughter. Okay, if she only has 3 here, she's probably fine. If I add Codename Plum to the list. So that'll be it for this episode. Between episodes, I will do slightly or I won't. Either way, it'll get finished by the time I do more dedicated refs forecast and actually start figuring out who they are and where they fit in Tales of Rhazie. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!